So today's episode is all about how patriarchy disrespects children's values. And another thing that we're going to talk about, and it's basically to self-reflect, is are patriarchal values the same as family values? If you are from my generation and older, you are probably heavily influenced by patriarchy in your family values. I think I'm Generation X. I'll double check. And it's actually quite satisfying once you see how much you are breaking the pattern of the generational curse. Because today, that is our job. If we want to have a better relationship with our children, it's really important that we don't follow the patriarchal methods. Not only with our children, but that will also reflect as a leader in your workplace. The way you lead is very similar to the way you parent. And if you are someone who is not self-aware of how you dictate your methods instead of understanding everyone's point of view. And I'm going to give you a quick example that happened this morning. I woke up very early since I had to drop off my daughter at the train station, and she was supposed to meet with one of her internship friend from the aquarium. And the location was described by a teenager who sees the world very differently than me as an adult. And she asked to meet below the clock. And there were many numbers and there were stores. But teenagers, children, they see the world very different than us. They actually are much more observant and they see everything from top to bottom. So when she said they were by the clock, I was looking ahead and I couldn't find any clock. Thankfully, my daughter looked up and there was a clock on the very top of the ceiling and she was standing right below that clock. And because of that confusion, we were 5 minutes late. And I was able to catch myself as a parent and not tell her that, oh, you should have told me a different landmark that I'm used to seeing it. Because that would be the patriarchal way of behaving. Right? The patriarchal way of parenting is my way is the right way. And I am not curious at all about what you have to say. And that's where we will face a lot of difficulties, especially as our children grows. A lot of people have difficulties with their teenagers. Why? Because they are unwilling to see their perspective from a place of respect. And that's where you have to realize as a parent, maybe that's how you grew up. Maybe that's how things were with your family members. And you still carry that hierarchy where because you are older, you think you know more, which you don't. We don't. We know things from a certain angle because we're used to that. But that doesn't mean that another person that's coming from a different angle is wrong. And we see that in leadership as well. And that's why it's so important to listen to the employees, to your team members, when you are, say, designing a structure or a system or a process. Who's going to be using the process? If you are designing the process just from a perspective of that's what I want and not taking in consideration the people who are using the process, you're a bad designer. You have to make sure that that process works for the people that are going to be utilizing it. Become aware of other perspectives, of other angles. Patriarchal family values are highly demanding of unquestionable authority, unquestionable respect to the elder. You are not supposed to have a dialogue. You are supposed to obey. Think about yourself. Why do you feel the need of so much power, of so much more authority? Is that really necessary, or is it to feed your ego? Like, two other horrible aspects about patriarchal families are the rigid gender roles, and you can check the inbox below where I normally write a little more that I cannot say because of the timing. And lastly is the devaluation of needs. Patriarchal hierarchies prioritize the needs of an adult male, and if it's not male, it's an adult. Children don't know what they need. That's our job to understand their needs. That's where our job to be attuned with ourselves will play very much on our attunement to the child. And if we are attuned to their needs, we will understand what is important for them. Understanding that it's really important. Children cannot speak about their needs. They don't know it themselves. They're figuring things out. As parents, we are supposed to understand emotions. We are supposed to understand emotion regulation. We're supposed to be a lot of steps ahead of them. And this is when they start feeling safe under our care, because we know what we're doing, even though we are also figuring things out as they grow. I'm not saying I'm a perfect parent and learn with me. Not at all. All I'm saying is that you want to have a better relationship with your child. Begin with unlearning everything that comes automatic to you.